this. So I'm just streaming just randomly today. Nothing too crazy. Let me just get everything ready to go here. So this is the scene that I've been working on. Let me show you my reference. So this is kind of the reference that I have. I just want to do one shot, building those in this environment, and this is the car that I've been modeling. It's a Camaro 2016. I'm at the point now where I'm happy where it is. I feel like for someone who isn't a vehicle artist, it's not bad. I'm definitely going to get some feedback and stuff like that from some of the Need for Speed guys, I think, at work. And so let's so I'm continuing to block out the scene. Okay, so I have two choices. I can either start blocking out the scene some more, or I can quickly start UVing this car, like UVing it properly, because right now it's definitely not UV'd properly. So let's see. I feel like I need to continue to block this scene out a little bit more. So I think that's what I'll end up doing here. So let's do that. So I'm just going to continue blocking it out. So let's do these pipes. So I'm going to do this one pipe here, and that's a nice and easy one, I think. So I'm going to do one long pipe here, and then I'm going to try and reuse it as much as possible. I'm also going to start putting in this one here. Again, reuse as much as you can, right? So you're not... so I'm going to take this vent here, and I'm just going to Control C, Control V to duplicate. I'm just going to rotate this 90 degrees, and then I'm going to push this lower than the current one. Make sure that's not crashing. That I should probably put in a reflection volume as well, so that these actually reflect what's within the scene a little bit more. To duplicate, again, is just Control C, Control V, right? Control pasting. I'm going to select my camera also. Hold on, let me just get the chat open here. I'm going to select the camera, and I'm going to pin it so that I know what I'm looking at while I'm placing my assets. I'm actually going to look at the reference. So this is actually higher than this one. So let's do the opposite then. Let's bring it up to there. That's good. And then I'll move this a lot closer to the scene. I'm going to take a look at the reference again. So it actually goes through the camera. So I'll bring this all the way through to the camera. Okay, so that way the camera kind of sees it. There we go. Obviously the pipe here is getting cut off, and I'll have to readjust that a little bit in Maya. So for now, I'm just gonna quickly move this. Again, I'm just pressing Shift and clicking just to select multiple objects. I'm just moving down. Obviously, this is clipping through the vent. So I'm just moving it, moving everything. Again, shift clicking everything so I can move it. One more nudge. There we go. Okay, so this right now kind of looks like it ends, right? So we obviously don't want that. So I'm just going to Control C, Control V again to copy and paste, and I'm going to just snap these into place. This light now is broken, so I gotta figure out what's going on there. And from this view here, you don't really see it anymore, so I'm just gonna leave that. Let me see if me adding another one down the line will add anything. I mean, you know what, might as well just do it. I'm just duplicating the assets anyways, right? So I think from there you can't really tell where that ends, So this light is now dead. So I'll figure out why that's happening. For now, I'm going to add in a reflection volume. So let's add in a reflection. What's the difference? Actor used to capture the scene for a reflection in a box shape, in a sphere shape. 1 to 4. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know the difference between the reflection volume, so maybe I'll just throw in, I don't know if having a sphere is better or having what's that called, a cube. This scene looks more like a cube, but let's just throw in a sphere for now. And I'm only going to put the reflection volume, one reflection volume here, I think, just to get the close to the camera. And then I'm just going to build this out. Alright, so it's just building out the lighting. While it's doing that, I'll check up on chat here, see how you guys are doing. So yeah, I'm just going to start, I think, streaming randomly. Mostly because Twitch does a really good job at allowing me to kind of edit my videos and stuff like that. So, all right. So what do we have here? So that's in there. Usually it asks me to. So point light, severe performance failed to allocate shadow map channel. So let's see what I can do here. So if I just put this to static and then build it. I feel like there's got to be a faster way to do this. To just fix this one light, but if someone knows, let me know. I mean, I'll probably search it up eventually, but for now, yeah, so that makes that look really ugly. And then now I'm just gonna put it back to stationary. Now, why is it doing this though? Why is it doing this? Disable, so it's obviously not liking something, right? So if I make this movable, so it's not liking that. If I make it movable, if I make it static, it's like that. If I make it stationary, it's not liking something, that's for sure. Okay, well for now I'm just gonna leave it as is because it's not affecting me too much. I'll search up how to fix that issue. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure that out. So we have our vents here. I'm just gonna take a look at the reference. So we got a vent here, we got a vent here, and now we got these pipes, right? So we gotta figure out how we're gonna create some of these pipes. So obviously they have this one pipe here. So what I can do is, I mean, I'm seeing there's these other little pipes here as well, but there's this one pipe here, and I think I'm going to just create that pipe. So how am I going to create that pipe? I am going to duplicate this or copy and paste that, and what I'm going to do is I think that's good. Yeah, so that's good. I'm seeing that this kind of ends here, so I'm just going to duplicate this one as well. There we go. And then now this is going to be my next pipe. So again, I'm just gray blocking this out. So I'm just going to take that, and then I'm going to file, and I'm going to export selected, and I'm just going to call this hold on. No, I noticed that I missed this one. There we go. File export selected. It's going to export out as an FBX. I'm going to export pipe, underground pipe, I guess. Underground, I don't know, horizontal pipe. So 01. While I'm doing this, I might as well just build my lighting. So now inside my scene, I'm going to import the FBX. So I think I imported it into my desktop. So it should be somewhere, I think right here. There we go. Okay. So that's where my pipe is at. Okay, so I'm gonna Control G, which is grouping them together. I'm gonna call this my horizontal. I'm just gonna call it pipe, main pipe, I think. Main pipe 01 for now. So this finished building, point light 4 is still having issues. Light will fall back to dynamic shadows. Failed to allocate shadow map channel. So let me see. How do I fix this? This is gonna annoy me, so I'm gonna have to fix this. Severe performance loss. Failed to allocate shadow map. Shadow map. Channel for stationary lights. Yeah, okay, so let's figure this out. Run into same problem. This happens when you have more than 4 stationary lights overlapping. Okay, so I have 4 stationary lights overlapping, so that's why. So they're overlapping each other, so maybe it's because I have this one. So what happens if I remove this one, rebuild it? Honestly, I don't feel like I might not need that light there. We'll see. I'll take a look here afterwards. So that's good to know. Okay. If you have too many stationary lights overlapping each other, it pops up as an error. So I'm just gonna let this build. It's at 90%. Okay, there we go. So it does look dark. That's the problem that I have, is that it looks dark. So maybe I'll bring that light over. Maybe I just have to shift some of these lights over a tad bit, just to help out. Just to help out, because it is dark and I don't like it looking this dark. So like that. So let's try this now. At least now I don't have any more build errors, like lighting errors. Okay, so let's, while that's building, let's get back into some Maya here. So here's my pipe, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a pipe specifically. Holy cow, my computer's lagging like crazy right now while it's building. Okay, so the build lighting is complete. No errors, thank God. And yeah, I mean, I can't really do too much to it, I think. Light profiles. Yeah, okay, well, for now, again, it's not affecting it too much. This is looking pretty dark though, so I might want to move this light over here, because that's looking black. You don't want that, so I might have to move this over here. And maybe I don't, maybe it's because it's casting shadows. So if I don't cast shadows, then it won't make such a harsh light. So it's this one that's showing right now. And then this one I can probably move completely. I could probably delete that one actually. The camera doesn't really see that. Camera I don't think sees this one either. Just to remove some of these lights. There we go. That's probably good. Alright. So we got that kind of figured out. So now we need to figure out this pipe. So this is the perfect pipe here. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna bring in a torus. I'm pressing J to rotate, and then I'm going to scale this down so that it fits this pipe closely. Let's see here, and I'm gonna align it right to the vertice here, and just going to bring it in like that. Gonna select the faces here. Gonna delete it. I'm gonna select the faces here. Gonna delete that. So now I have that there, and I'm gonna move that there. Okay, so now we have that piece. And then I'm going to create a cylinder, so I can just either hold shift, right click, and then you can see you can create a bunch of primitives, or you can just go create polygon primitives. And I mean, I can just go to modeling. I guess I should probably do this more often using this modeling thing. And then just go cylinder. And then from here, I can decide how many polys I want to use. For now, I'm just going to keep it at 20. For this, I'm just going to go to faces. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to deselect by holding control. Delete that. Right click, select again, bring it to object mode. And I'm going to move it closer to what I need to be. And I'm just going to make this. So this is probably center right there. Scale it up. There we go. So now we have our pipe here. And so I'm gonna select the vertices. I'm gonna just snap it all the way through, and I want to make this to the grid as well. So I'm gonna snap it to the grid to make sure everything is good. Okay, F8. Okay, so now I have so this has already been duplicated, and it's still quite small. So let me just get this looking a lot larger than what it should be. So I'm just going to go like this. Actually, I'm a dum-dum. I can just do this. Extrude edges. Go all the way through. It's going to be a lot easier. There we go. Right. So I don't know why my F8 is not working right now. Normally my F8 key works. Today it is not. Yeah, my F keys aren't working, so I feel like maybe my daughter had pressed something. There we go. Yeah, it was just the F function key. So now I'm just going to duplicate this. Control D. Rotate the object. Gotta bring it over onto this side. This side. There we go. And then I'm just going to. So I would definitely don't need it to be this long on this side, since we're just going to snap it to there. Going to delete this, delete these pipes in here. Just going to go like that, delete all the other junk. And then now we're just going to duplicate. I'm going to rotate this, rotate it around. Going to change my pivot on this. D, bring it into there. What is going on here? There. And then we're going to take the vertices of this one, and we're just going to do something like that. Okay, now obviously this needs to be down more, right, or else it's going to hit. So I'm just going to delete that, delete this, delete. I won't delete that just yet. I'm going to combine these two. So I can either go into here, I can go combine. I can select this edge and this edge. I can bridge it. Okay, and then what I can do is now I can rotate this bad boy and bring this where it needs to be. Bring this there. Object mode. Delete all this stuff here. Take. So now these two can come together. Select both. I'm going to combine verts. I'm going to merge the vertices. And there you have it. Now I can even delete this vertex if I want. And now I have my pipe. Okay, I'm going to turn off my wireframe mode. I'm going to now export this out, delete my history, and yeah, so I just deleted my history. You can delete history by going to edit, delete all by types, delete history, delete non-deformers. So really up to you how you want to do it. And so there we go. I'm going to now export. Okay, so now let's figure out a new name for this thing. I think I'm gonna call it main pipe, and then I'm gonna delete the other pipes that I have. I have like all these like pipe corners and this and that. I don't think I need any of that anymore. So let's just do that. So let's go. Let's export main pipe. I'm gonna call this main. Here you go. So this is already there. I'm just gonna delete this. There we go. Main pipe. Export selection. I'm going to, where is it? Parking lot, scene, no, parking lot, content, props, and I'm going to call it main pipe. Okay, there we go. So now I have this new one. I'm going to import that in there. It's asking me for all the stuff, sure. And so now I'm also getting a problem with this light here, probably because we have so many lights overlapping it. So what happens if I delete this light here? There we go. Yeah, cool. See, and then now we have this light overlapping too much. So we might be able to delete this one. Okay, we'll build the lights in a sec. First things first is I want to replace this pipe with a bunch of the other pipes that I've made. So let's delete that. And let's move in the pipe. Where is that pipe? Main pipe. So here's the main pipe. Cool. Oh, it's got some weird pivot. Gonna have to fix that later. I'll fix that later. Okay, so now we have this pipe. It's still a little bit too short, but let's look at my reference here. So you see the pipe, it's close to the second pillar. So let's do that. So it's close to the second pillar. So it should be, but I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too far. Like for the amount of detail that I just put in, let's put it a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, I think that is okay. And there you go. So now we have one pipe. Now the pipe is blocking this light, which I don't like. I mean, it is blocking it here as well, but there's this pipe as well. It's just blocking everything. So I'm gonna have to fix this up as well. But this one is literally blocking everything. So let's see if I can move this pipe so you can see the light a bit better. There we go. I think something like that might be okay. And then we'll figure out the pipes later. So we got the main pipe blocked in. I'm going to give it a... So let's load up the asset here. I'm going to give it the metal pipes texture that I had made for it. Metal pipes. Right, there you go. So let's save that. So now it has like a little bit more of a shininess to it. Let's fix up some of that stuff. Looks like there's some hard edges, so I'm just going to soften edge there. So you can either soften edge by doing that, or you can go to edit mesh, or no, display or surfaces. Where is it? Mesh display, and you can just go soften edges. And then so you go there. I'm going to automatic map this for now because it needs some decent UVs for it to light properly. Object mode, delete history, file export selection, and I will now main pipe export selection. And the beauty about Unreal is that it's just going to automatically update. Change it's been source file, right? I'm just going to do not ask again. I'm just going to re-import. It's going to re-import that. And then it's asking me to rebuild the lights, so I'm just going to rebuild the lights. All right. So while it's rebuilding, all right, lighting build complete. Apply now. See what I get. So I'm getting this weird shadow from somewhere here. Like, what is that coming from? I'm gonna have to figure out where that shadow's coming from. But yeah, see, so now so now I'm getting, like, it's a tad bit dark here, which is probably why I had, let me see, I think having a light there is a little bit better. Right? I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's probably because right now I have so many lights that are casting shadows. It's doing some weird stuff, but it's okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna file, save all. For now, I'm gonna rebuild the lighting again, and then I'll go and take a look at a few other things. It's so hot in my room. It's crazy hot right now. And my computer's just heating up from rendering. Alright, there we go. That's looking a tad bit better. Now, this car is starting to bug me. The car having these bad UVs, so can't stand it anymore. I will go in and finish blocking out the scene, but this is just killing me. I also noticed that this light is, I feel like it's not in the middle. So I'm going to move it to the middle. Okay, I know it's a little bit OCD-ish, but I just had to. It's asking me to rebuild again. Sure, I'll rebuild it one last time. Again, this is the beauty of doing this in Twitch, is that I can just like upload this whole episode up onto YouTube, and then I can just trim it and edit it to the specific parts. Specific things that I'm working on, especially if I'm being thorough all the time. I can like go in and trim certain areas out, upload them up onto YouTube, and just create tons and tons of videos for you guys whenever I have time. And there we go. Okay, so to save the scene, let's save all. Okay, cool. So let's close out Unreal for now and let my computer cool down. Computer's breathing pretty hard over here. All right, so let's start UVing this this car. So this is the quick version that I did just to throw into Unreal. Okay, so I'm just going to close that out, and I'm going to take my low poly here, and this is my low poly, so it's time for me to UV it, right? So I'm going to quickly UV my low poly. So this is so I'm just going to isolate select. So you can isolate select by clicking on this here. For me, I use isolate select so much that I actually have the hotkey to Alt F. Right, so it's really up to you how you want to do it. And then I'm going to start using the UV editor. So I'm just going to close out my outliner for now. I'm going to go to panels. Let's go to saved layouts, and typically I have my second monitor. Right, I'm doing this with my second monitor, but because I'm doing this live, I want to show you how I'm going to do this. So another thing as well is the UV editor. Hold on, give me 1 second. UV editor now comes with this kind of cool little toolbar thing. So I'm just going to drag it into here, so that when I go to my saved layouts, I can actually see it. Right, I can actually see it here. So first and foremost, let's put on the checkered. Nope, that's not the checkered. Is it checkered? Nope, that's not the checkered. Where is the checkered image display? Where is the checkered box that used to come here? View. Where did you guys hide it now? Where did you guys hide it? It used to be right here. There we go, checkered box. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's start off with the hood. Okay, so let's UV the hood. So I'm gonna UV the hood. Let's start off with the hood. So let's go like this. Holy cow, this is actually really hard to see with the checkered, so let's just do it without it for now. So that's the hood. So maybe we want to start. So let's just select the hood here. I feel like I select something else accidentally, but no, we're good. So I'm just going to select all the faces that I want, and I'm just going to create the UVs that I want. Okay, so I'm actually going to include these UVs here as well. I can adjust the UVs afterwards if I want. So right now I'm just going to select the UVs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5-sided face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should fix that. Okay, so let me just fix that. So to fix this, I'm just going to go to symmetry. I'm going to turn on symmetry. So to do that, you can hold W, press left click, hold it, go to symmetry, which axis you want. I believe there's also, if you go to your modeling toolkit, you can turn on symmetry here. So if I turn off symmetry, if you turn on symmetry, you can go to world X or object X. Okay, so pretty handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a vertice here, and I'm going to cut another vertice. Where do I want to cut this first? I'm going to cut another vertice here, and then I'm just going to cut another vertice here, and then I'm just going to give it another triangle there. Okay, and that should have done it to the other side as well. Okay, so that's kind of a quick symmetry. I'm going to turn off symmetry now, and then I'm going to go back to UV toolkit, and I'm going to go back to selecting faces. Thank God Maya is smart enough now to remember your last selection with your faces. Back in the day, they used to be really annoying. So we're just going to, so I probably should have turned on symmetry here. Right. To select all this stuff. So I'm turn on symmetry, select all this stuff, and this is Maya, I believe, update 3. Update 3. I know there's like Maya 2018 now and all that, but I don't have that right now. So hold on, how come it didn't turn on symmetry? Okay, so symmetry, turn on symmetry, please. Okay, so symmetry X is on. You can tell it's on. It's also now blue, which usually means that symmetry is now on. You can see that's happening there. So we're just going to select all these UVs, and I'm just going to project from camera. Right, you can use planar. There's so many different ways of doing UVs. I'm just showing you how I typically do it. So I'm just selecting the vertices, nothing fancy. It's just holding shift and clicking. Right, nothing new, or at least I hope that's not new to anyone. Now this polygon is kind of like inside out here, so I got to make sure I select that properly. And I think we're good for that polygon. It's really tough sometimes when you're doing sub-D modeling. Again, just keep clicking, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep clicking. There we go, almost there. And alright, so we have the whole hood picked up. I'm gonna bring my camera up here. I'm gonna go to UVs and camera based. There you go. So now we have UVs onto there. What I can do is now I can select textures checkerboard, and you can see that's looking pretty decent. Obviously there's probably some UVs that aren't perfect, right? So what we can do is we can go to unfold, and we can use the unfold tool, or you can just unfold it. So it says that there's manifolds because there's probably a bunch of stuff happening. So I'm just gonna go hold shift, and then go unfold, and I'm just going to use the options. And I'm just gonna go legacy for now, and I'm just going to apply it just like that, and it should clean up a few things. Okay, so Maya's unfold tools can be a little bit weird, especially if you're used to other software, but for there it worked decent. Okay, so we got the hood UV'd. We'll make sure that it's the proper size later. So I'm just gonna turn off the checkerboard again because it's really annoying. And now let's UV the windshield. So we have our symmetry on, which should make this a lot easier. Just going to continue clicking. There we go, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Camera based. Camera base. So what I just did there, the only difference was I pressed spacebar and I held it, went to UVs. It essentially gives us this menu up here. Okay, it's just another way of doing it. So I select it. So I select the UVs. Let's check the checkerboard on, and it's looking pretty decent. And I'm just going to do another unfold there, just to ease it out a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just trying to make nice little islands for now, and then eventually I'll go back in and I will do it all nice and dandy again. Now, a problem that I have with this new version is I actually can't see my creases, which is really weird. So I'm just gonna go display. I'm gonna go hide, or polygons, hide crease edges, and then typically I would see my border edges here, like texture border edges, right? Like I typically would see this, but I'm not seeing it now, which is really weird. Show. Yeah, normally I would see it. Polygons, border, edges, right? But I'm not seeing it, which is super random, because I know back in the day it definitely worked. So yeah, I don't know why it's doing that now. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you, and I'm pretty sure they fixed it in the latest versions, but because right now I can't tell where the border edges here at this point, right? I mean, I have a feeling that it's here, but I don't know, right? Which is always kind of annoying. So I probably should just grab the latest update that might fix it, but whatever. Let's continue on here. Don't want to rag on Maya too much. Okay, so I'm just going to select these vertices here, or these faces here. I feel like I'm talking right into the mic, and I'm sorry if I am. Here we go. Again, just selecting more of these faces. Gonna go UVs, camera based, 2 UVs, and I'm just going to turn off. Oh, actually I won't turn it off. I'm just going to what is it? Unfold again. Should help ease it up a little bit better. Okay, now let me just quickly check here. Maya 2017 cannot see border edges. UV border edges. Cannot see UV border edges. 2017. Hi, of course you can, no bug. Display polygons, texture border edges. The display works as toggle. I'm so confused. So it says that if you go to display polygons, texture border edges. Oh, interesting. Wait, that's how small it is? Okay, that's interesting. Texture border edges. Okay, so it's texture border edges that we need to turn on. Then what's... Do I not have texture border edges? Texture border edges. I guess I don't have that. Display, polygon, texture border edges. So Control Shift click to put that onto your shelf. So there we go. So it's there. It's really tiny. Like I wish that, see, like now I can see that this is not part of it. Oh shit. Right, see, so now I can start to see some of my errors. See, like I missed a couple faces here. So just going to move and sew this. moving so. Gonna move and so these edges over here. Gonna move and so. And then now I'm just going to take the faces. I'm gonna go 2 UVs. And then I'm going to go, what is this, 2 shell? No, what's this? So I'm just going to select the shell, and then I'm going to UVs, 2 shell. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, so 2 UV shell. I'm going to unfold. Ugh. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, so I'm going to go control right click, 2 faces. 2 faces. I'm going to redo this. Well, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to UV camera based. There we go. It's going to give me these ones, 2 shell, 2 UVs, 2 shell. Move it out of the way. And now I should be able to see it a lot better. And there shouldn't be any more issues. Unfold. Okay. Cool. I'm also gonna dim this because this is just really, no, is that not dim? This is dim? This is dim. There we go. Whew, my god, it was just killing me. My eyes were just burning. I don't always see the board usually display polygon software. Okay, so all right. So now we have that going on, and let's get the hood. The hood. Okay, so we're just going to keep. So another way to select things. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this right now. So lately, you guys have just been seeing me select. If you're using a tablet or a Wacom tablet, it's really handy to hold the tab button, because the tab button allows you just to kind of draw. So this is really handy for those that love their tablet. Super helpful. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure that I select this as well. So for this one, I don't use a tab. I use a shift click. But figured I'd give that tip for those who do use the tablet. I think it's super handy. I've tried so many times to model with a tablet, and I've given up so many times as well. Okay, so these were accidentally selected. Okay, so I think that's all I have. So again, I'm just going to use camera based, and like I've said this already, like there's so many different ways, right, to do this. I'm just showing you how I would do it. And then again, I'm just going to unfold. There's no right or wrong way either. Right, so there you go. So this unfolded. I feel like that unfolded incorrectly though. So let's look at something here. Let's look at, there's a way to see if things are overlapping each other. So I'm just going to quickly check. Image range? No. So these are images. You want to just view shaded. Yeah, so that's definitely overlapping. So I'm just going to... where's the smooth? No. Did they change what a smooth is? I think they did change where the smooth is. So I think now it's optimized. No. There used to be a smooth tool that I use a lot that allowed me to unfold nicely, but I guess they got rid of it. Okay. Smooth. So there used to be, is it somewhere around there? Optimize. No. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth. I'm just going to unfold like that, and that usually fixes these issues, right? So there we go. So that's the smooth tool. Now, why would they move that? That's such a beautiful tool. Optimize tool, like what's this do? Mesh has non-manifold UVs. Yeah, and it's gonna keep complaining about these things. So I'm just gonna go back to view, just back to wireframe instead of shaded. So there we go. So now we have, our car is slowly becoming better at UVs. I'm just gonna to shell, and I'm just gonna scale these down so that I know that the big boxes is kind of like my tell that it's been UV'd, and then everything else that has like all these like weird UVs hasn't been UV'd yet. So it's just something that I like to do, and this way you get to really see the squares, right, and if they're good or not. So I'm going to continue UVing here. I'm just going to UV the rear. I'm just going to use the tab. Cool. Again, just camera based per usual. Camera based. There we go. 2 UVs. There we go. And I'm just going to do yeah, like why would they remove smooth? Smooth, I would hope that would be right here or something. Smear tool, pinning tool. No, they don't have it. They do not have it in here. They used to have it in here. Okay. No, not layout. I don't want layout. Straighten. No. Align UVs. No. It's okay. So where is it? Modify? No, it's in tools and then it's in smooth. I'm just gonna smooth these out. There we go. Bring it down. Make the squares relatively as close as possible. There we go. Done deal. So that's the mirror or the rear window. And then let's do the trunk. Now the trunk, I feel, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay, for now I'm just going to do the trunk as is, but I feel like I would sorry, I'm thinking. And this is super messy too. I should probably clean that up later. Sorry, I'm thinking. How would I tackle this? Okay, well for now let's just do this top part, and then I'll figure out the rest later. So I'm just gonna press tab, and then let's just get the stuff all ready to go here. Gotta be very careful not to select anything else. There we go. Selecting everything very carefully. Oh, so carefully. There we go. Okay. So now let's do camera based. So now we have that. Obviously it looks kind of weird, right? So we're gonna go to UVs, grab it, gonna unfold it. So it didn't unfold it very well, obviously, as you can tell. So we're just going to go unfold. We're going to go to unfold 3D. Doesn't like it either. So we're going to go unfold. Nope. So So we're gonna go to unfold legacy, none. Ugh, still not very good. Let's reset legacy, pin. Still not the greatest. It's unfolding there. So there we go. So after I clicked it about 1,000 times, it finally made a decent decent unfold. So for now, scale this bad boy up. There we go. Okay. So let me just save this quickly before this crashes, and then I'm gonna cry. All right, I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm just gonna get some water. It's so hot in here. I'll be right back. Oh, oops, sorry. Whoopsies. Okay, well, this is like super frozen. Alright, let me see how long I've been streaming for. Wow, I've been streaming for almost an hour. This is gonna be a long episode here. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Alright. So, we got this going. So now let's try and figure out some of these sides, okay? So, let's figure out some of these sides. So let's go and tab all this stuff. Figure out how we're gonna unfold. Now I don't need this, right? So I'm just going to so again, I'm just gonna select everything that I'm seeing here. Maybe I'll do no, I won't do that yet. Now this is looking really messy, but it was necessary. I believe I had some creases that I had to create for it, so don't judge me, please. There we go. I have a feeling my daughter's gonna wake up at any time now, which means that I will have to turn off the stream, and then that's essentially the week. Okay, so just going to try and be as careful as possible. Now let me quickly look at the Camaro reference. I just need to quickly see a side view here. Yeah, so that's a different material, so let's keep that separate for now. And let's just keep doing this. All right, let's keep going. Just clicking away, clickety clack, and then I'll have the hood separately again. Don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. Okay, and then that should be good. So now, if I camera base this, use camera based. It's gonna draw two islands. Okay, so first I'm gonna unfold one. 2 shell. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's why, because I have X symmetry now. So I'll just turn off X symmetry for now. So that I can actually... 2 UVs, 2 shell, because they're 2 separate pieces, right? And then... 2 shell. So these are probably going to look very similar. I'm going to unfold. Eesh. Did not like that at all. Unfold UVs. Again, it doesn't like the manifolds. So we're kind of stuck with this for now. So let's go to 2 shell. I'm going to go to modify or tools. I'm going to smooth unfold like this. We're going to do same for this island here. Ooh, it does not like that at all. Look at that. It's just... And it's probably because it's flipped inside out, I'm assuming. Let's just see. So if you go to view and go to shaded, yeah, that's why. So if I just take the 2 UVs, or sorry, 2 shell, and if I just flip this here, yeah, there we go. So it just didn't like that. So now what happens if I unfold this here? Sorry, if I go to mod of tools, smooth here, there. So that's gonna be a lot better. Okay, so now we have that, and we have that. So if we take both of these 2 shells, I'm gonna scale this up, or scale it down, sorry, so that the cubes match a little bit more, then we're good. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Well, I've been streaming for about over an hour now. My voice is starting to go. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, look for this to be up on YouTube. And also I'll be breaking it down on YouTube as well. I'm going to try this out, see how this works. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And see you guys again next time. Take it easy.